on, don't even know where my face at. Plenty don't even know where waste at. All these in the room, how could you waste that? Huh? Why would you chase that? It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. No matter what, I'ma stay black. It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. Need more jewelry. What I tell myself as I'm writing my eulogy. Ask the mirror, how you put up with this foolery? It reply, how you put up with this song and dance, all this buffoonery. Long romance, death, what it do to me? Yamagini dream was a nightmare. He was dancing with the devil for his life, yeah. We all on the dance floor. Girl, come with a dance. Puerto Rican in the breathing heavy. Little had my looking daddy. Couldn't tell him nothing cause we lost him already. Cozy boy with his spaghetti. With the money and fame, the price come heavy. The price come heavy. Like Shaq attack up on a backboard. Got me back up on a backboard. When she asked me if I love her, I just act bored. Say loser, ask for it. Living movie, blockbuster, this ain't a rental. Talking moody, all these diamonds up in my dental. I get never minded if I offend you. I need the silence, chaos is in my mental. You need a PJ first class, not what you went to. You need the relay, chase money like you sane. I'll give you the boat chain and plane. Fame name, that's insane. Pop it. You need a, in case the movies get insane. You need a ruby, the kind of jewelry that's from the rain. I'm just here to remind you, but never mommy, man. I'm here to remind you where you come from. All this peace retreat is lame done. You can never get rid of me, I live in you.
Coach from the heartland of America. EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Lucas Oil Stadium here in Indianapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Indianapolis Colts. That's fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Ambrose on 1st and 10. And his first pass is incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down now, Carter. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now running right through it. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
play action here on first down. Open receiver, that's David Njoku. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They'll drop the throw. He's going to look deep down the field. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Set. 319. 319. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Now Ambrose to throw. Operating from the gun. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Now Ambrose. From the gun, he'll throw. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Enunwa that time, and it's 2nd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Let's go. 319. 319. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Ambrose now to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Brian Poole that time there to get a hand on it.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Ambrose operating from the gun. And that will be incomplete as well.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. And Lambo will put this one through. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, Are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Out of the gun, Luck. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. A shotgun snap for Luck. Trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have a little bit.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Leonard Williams in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. They'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct. And what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now. But later, when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
And the Colts getting ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy. Hurry, hurry!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And boy, the reward was there. A big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Long. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Just the first quarter of tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And they'll run it here. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the gun, here's Love. And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Jabril Peppers is deep for Cleveland. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
They'll run on 1st down. Carter, and he'll take this one up to about the 13. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Back to throw here. He'll buy some time right. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk.
No. Check. Patriot.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
On first down, Carter. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 more on that one and another first down.
The good old toss play, and this time they go to the left side, so give a lot of credit to the offensive line. Center, guard, tackle, able to seal that side, but the guy that we don't give enough credit to, wide receivers. They have to do a great job of blocking downfield, otherwise that play can be spilled in the backfield. In this case, everyone handled their responsibilities, and they picked up really nice yardage.
Now a play fake here on first down. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Here's Ambrose. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Ambrose to throw, operating from the gun. And he comes back with one complete. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. Terrell Basham in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 11. And just like that, it's third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
Now Ambrose on third down. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. And they'll start on the ground with Hines. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Go ahead. Motion. 12. Check. Hey, easy.
Luck now to throw. Now a hit and Luck lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And it won't be a pick 6, but he will have his guys set up at the 2-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, good move. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They begin the drive with Hines. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Luck now on second down. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long.
11.
Throwing is Luck. And that is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is brought in at the 21. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. And some room to run now. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll run on 1st down. Carter. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Desmond King making the tackle.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Ambrose now. From the gun, he'll throw. And incomplete here on 3rd down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. This is taken around the 12. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And some strong running. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
After the run, luck on the throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw is Locke. Flush to his right. Now a hit, and Locke lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Ambrose throwing to start the drive. Now he's going to throw. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
After the interception, it's Locke. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
To throw on 2nd down is Locke. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Locke on 3rd down. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Carter, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So after the penalty, we'll have one final untimed play here before halftime. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. And they'll go on the ground. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Love. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down. Here's Locke. His throw incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Powers through it. And now running right through it. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. Here's Locke. Going up top. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
first down. Carter sidesteps him at the 35. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Now back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
Hurry up, here we go.
Here's Ambrose. Off play action. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. And with the play clock counting down towards 0, Todd Bowles will take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Set. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit. Detroit. Hot.
Now Ambrose to throw. Operating from the gun. Hard throw, incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse. And I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
6-7. 6-22.
From the gun on 3rd down, Luck. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark. No doubt about it, and you know that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 13-7. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a one-score game.
On 1st down, Carter takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Second down, Carter. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The Browns on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Ambrose from the gun, he'll throw. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's Ryan Quigley now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now Love. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. And on the ground they go It's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Luck. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked up by Denzel Ward. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Ambrose now looking to throw on 2nd down. Being chased out left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll try the left side. Carter. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
But a spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go now. Green 39! Green 39!
They'll give it to him up the middle. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Ambrose going to throw on 3rd and goal. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Check 4, check 4! Flag 674! Alert, alert! 11 feet! 12.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough Just bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
You got 4. 51 to fight, boys. 51.
Love. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him down here at the 23. First target, first catch, and a first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
51 to
Here's Hines. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right. Hey, gun. Reggie. 11.
On 2nd down, here's Love. And his throw is incomplete. Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick, there on the coverage.
Very difficult night for the guys on offense. They've got to be looking at each other in the huddle and on the sidelines. How are we going to find some open space to complete a pass and find open room to run? This defense all night long has squeezed down the passing lanes, made plays on the football. It's really been a thing of beauty for them. He's got to figure all day long prepping for the game. They had to have talked about it again and again. Squeeze passing lanes, and we'll be in great shape.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Love. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, standing just outside his own goal line. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Detroit!
They'll keep it on the ground. Carter, and he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's Ambrose operating from the gun. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach and incomplete. Here's Ryan Quigley now. He's been terrific so far. And the Colts coming out now. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now it's Love. Oh, and now he bowls him over. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Now a first down throw. Luck. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were. And so possession will remain with Indy. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. Now Luck. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Detroit! Detroit! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
They'll run on first down. Carter, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
On 2nd down now. Carter slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, that's Carter. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Lambeau will put this one through. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Luck. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. inside the 35. They give them a gain of 37. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Now it's locked. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And the Browns are able to cover this one up. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Cleveland, their battle to finish 500 gets a slight lift as they move to 6-8 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.